Hi, Esther. Hi, Abraham.
We look so much the same.
I love you so much and I always dream about to meet you sometime in person, have a fun relationship. So I have a partner and he has great abilities, and I studied the law of attraction with you quite for a long time. And sometimes he says, there's more to it. But earlier you said the law of attraction is everything.
Well, the law of attraction is the basis through which never-ending things will come.
Okay.
But is he saying that there's more to the understanding? Yes, there is. Just this week, Esther understood firsthand the difference in the way it feels to do a focus wheel and the difference in the way it feels to break loose of the resistance of trying to clean something up and going to a dream that has no resistance and soaring. It felt like going through a portal in time or a portal of creation. She's been at this a long time, and every day there's more.
Yeah. The understanding, he says, that more laws, more spiritual laws, like because of the law of cause effect you talked about today. But he says there's also the law of intention, and that is also the law of attraction.
When we first began, we defined 3 laws: the law of attraction, the law of deliberate intention, or the law of deliberate creation, and the law of allowing. But deliberate intention is not a law. It is an activity. It is a focus. It is a tool. The art of allowing is not a law. It's an accomplishment of a vibration. The law of attraction is a law. And while there are other laws, like the laws of inertia and the laws of gravity and the laws of physics, there are lots of laws which just means they are consistent. When we talk about a law, we mean it's consistent, and no matter how you come at it, it will continue to stand. You won't be able to find a way of shaking any part of it loose from its basic foundation, because it was solid at its basis, and everything that grows from it is too. You know what causes something to be a law? Enough have bounced it into enough vortices, and enough non-physical energy have focused upon it that it remains consistent throughout all time and eternity.
Okay, so I'm on the right path. I'm going to continue.
Well, what your partner is talking about is there is the law, and then there is understanding of the law. There's the law, and then there's the deliberate application of the law. That's why we talk unendingly about making the association between what you're thinking and feeling and what's manifesting. And when you start making that association, then you get it. Then you finally understand why every single thing comes to you. And then you finally understand why every single thing comes to everyone else. Esther is wondering, why am I having these experiences with my new house? Well, part of it is because of expectation of troubles with the new house. Part of it is because she's a teacher, and the man who is the main contractor was not the main contractor when she first started the house, but that main contractor went to work somewhere else, and so someone who is not quite prepared became her contractor. And so he benefits so much. Esther so much wants to teach him that all he has to do is be clear about what he wants, and it will go easier. But because he's not really clear about what he wants, or because he doesn't expect people to respond to him, they don't. So when he sets an appointment, it usually falls through. When he asks a subcontractor to do something, they usually don't come. And so Esther's wanting to show him that if you're clear about what you want, they will come. So this has been the most delicious co-creating, that she gets to play with this man who is understanding now how he can be more powerful in his own life experience, which makes Esther understand why she so much wanted to build a house she does not need. Because she gets to play. She gets to play with the contractors and the subcontractors, but most of all, she gets to demonstrate in real time how things come about. What more fun in all of the universe could there be than that?
Yeah, okay. Another question, and you said nothing is off limits.
Just that one thing.
Huh? Spiritual warfare, is that something that exists? Is it
only in the mind of one who wages it? Well, we've been talking about spiritual warfare all day today. I wanted but that spiritual warfare. I want it, but I don't believe I can have it. I love you, but I hate you. That's spiritual warfare. Any thought that you think that goes in opposition to who you really are and what you really think, we think spiritual warfare is a very good label for that. But to look for the pile of those that are evil, that does not exist. All warfare is self-inflicted. It's hard to accept that, because sometimes when somebody comes running at you with a weapon, it looks like they are the aggressor. But there is no assertion in this universe. It is all attraction. It is all attraction. It is all attraction.
Yeah. How can somebody say, when they're spiritually inclined, I can create in somebody else's experience? Is it by them speaking out something to where the other person believes, and that it
Yes,
comes?
which we would call not creating their reality, but influencing it through the clarity of your own. That's what a healer is doing. He is seeing wellness, even though the one receiving the healing is sick. But if the healer sees wellness and is not having spiritual warfare with himself, then in that alignment with source energy, he can influence for a time the healing. And then Jesus said, go forth and tell no one, because he knew if you went home and talked about it, they'd talk you right back into your sickness. Really? That button came off my shorts.
Yeah, okay. So opening people up, letting them relax into the receiving mode before or during the Reiki session or healing session is a very, very good benefit.
It's very helpful. And when you feel inclined, and sometimes you will and sometimes you don't, which means sometimes they're ready and sometimes they aren't, but you could suggest blue glass feathers and butterflies and see what happens next, by helping them to understand that when they hold thoughts of no resistance, that those things come fast. And when they show themselves that, then they've got it. As we stand here with Esther's permission, utilize her apparatus to explain, to communicate, to enjoy, someone sitting in the audience could conclude that this is just a very eager girl who is really sure about her opinions and is presenting them with some effectiveness. We can get how you might come away feeling only that. But if you have heard something that makes you think that maybe meditation might be a good idea, so you manage to quiet your mind and stop resistance, which allows your vibration to rise. So you're in the receiving mode without really even knowing that you are, but then you get an impulse and you follow the impulse and you get the great effect from that cause of that vibration. Now you have knowing. Now you understand how it works. And if you can do it with one thing, you can do it with all things. It's just that some things you have more resistance within you. You have more spiritual warfare going on within you on some subjects than others, only because you've practiced the what is longer. If you were born into a family who was without resource and talked about it all the time and condemned everyone who had resources, it's likely that that's the way you feel. And it's also likely that resources come very hard to you. If you were raised in an environment where they say only those who work very hard and suffer mightily can receive abundance, then you might have abundance, but you may be paying a very big price to have it. And so what you believe is what happens to you. And we just want to shake loose your thinking about that you can change your beliefs. But if you need to change the circumstances so that you can believe, if I look at that and I don't like it, then I'm calling it to me. If I look at that and I do like it, then I'm calling it to me. Whatever you give your attention to, you call it to you. And so once you get that simple, consistent tenet of the law of attraction, once you get that down, then all the mysteries go away.
Okay.